What's going on, Stick Crew, and welcome to our Week 5 waiver wire video for fantasy hockey. Things have been heating up in fantasy hockey. I hope you guys have been winning your weeks. I'm going to go over the schedule real quick, and then we'll get right into the forwards, D-man, and goalie ads for this week. So with the best schedule this week, we have the Chicago Blackhawks playing 4 games with 3 off nights. Playing 4 games with only 2 off nights, we have the Seattle Kraken, the St. Louis Blues, the Vancouver Canucks, and the Toronto Maple Leafs. And last but not least, we got the San Jose Sharks and the Calgary Flames that play 3 games this week on Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday. Not every player on this list is going to be from one of those teams, but I'm going to try my best to sprinkle in as many as I can to help you guys maximize your schedules. All right, starting with our forwards, we got Trevor Zegras from the Philadelphia Flyers. Zegras is just under 50% rostered at 48%, playing on that top line and top power play with 8 points in his last 4 games. Guy's on an absolute heater right now. Looks like he's gaining confidence and building that chemistry on his new team, so get him while he's still out there. Next up, we got William Eklund from the San Jose Sharks. Eklund's at 44% rostered, playing on the second line and top power play for San Jose. He's got 8 points in his last 6 games. Just like a lot of the other Sharks right now, he is just locked in. Macklin Celebrini has been one of the best players in hockey to start the season, and it seems to be rubbing off on a few guys around him, like Will Smith, Tyler Toffoli, William Eklund. You really want to have that exposure to a player that's playing as good as Celebrini right now. Eklund's got 8 points in his last 6 games. He's getting really good ice time, really good power play time, but if he's not out there for any of you guys, just go and grab someone like Will Smith or Tyler Toffoli. They're both around the same roster rate, and they're on the top power play as well. Next forward we got is Andre Burakovsky from the Chicago Blackhawks. He's only 3% rostered, playing on that top line and top power play alongside Connor Bedard, who's also just been scorching hot in the past week. He's got 5 points in his last 3 games, with 4 of those coming on the power play, and he's getting pretty good ice time. Honestly, that team isn't really good, so he's got a really good schedule this week, and if he continues to see time alongside Bedard, he's going to be putting up a lot of points, so go grab him for this week. Next forward I got is Pavel Zacha from the Boston Bruins. Zacha's 35% rostered, playing on the second line and top power play for Boston right now. He's got 3 apples in his last 3 games, and he's seeing some decent ice time with some alright peripherals, but with Elias Lindholm going out for several weeks with an injury, we could see a big boost in his ice time, and he could be seeing some top line minutes alongside David Pastrnak, so go get him if he's out there. Last forward we got here is another San Jose Shark. We got Philip Kurashev. Kurashev's only 6% rostered, playing on that second line and second power play for San Jose right now, but he has been playing unreal as of late with 7 points in his last 4 games. It's his first year not playing on the Blackhawks, and he did have a slight breakout season a few years back with 55 or 56 points, but you never know. A change of scenery can really do a lot for a guy, and this team is really booming right now, so if this guy keeps performing like he has been, we could see a big boost in his ice time, so go get him while he's hot. All right, now moving over to defense, we got Brock Faber from the Minnesota Wild. Faber's playing on that top pairing and second power play for Minnesota right now, and this is a guy that I had as one of my drops a few weeks back, and it's just a really annoying situation with Minnesota on how they shuffle their D-man on that power play, because you have someone like Brock Faber, who puts up a really good year last year, hasn't been super consistent. They move him off the power play. They bring in the rookie Zeev Buium for a few weeks, looks all right, and then they take him off and put Jared Spurgeon, the veteran, on there to change it up again, and it's just like, you really just can't predict what they're going to do, and I think you're just going to have to ride the hot hand with these guys, because it doesn't really seem like they're committed to just one guy on that power play, so just ride whoever's hot. Faber's looked pretty good recently. He's got 5 points in his last 4 games, along with 14 shots. I'd say he's got a pretty safe floor in terms of peripherals. He looks to be getting good ice time, so go get him now if you're really thin at defenseman, and just ride the hot hand. Next up, we got Brandt Clark from the LA Kings. Clark's 31% rostered, playing on that second pairing and second power play right now for LA. Clark looks pretty good to start the season with 7 points, 0 on the power play, unfortunately, though, but he's got a pretty safe floor for peripherals, and he's a young and up-and-coming guy. Next up for defense, we got Cam York from the Philadelphia Flyers. York is 3% rostered, so a little more of a deep league ad for you guys, but he's playing on the top pairing and second power play right now for Philly. He's got 5 points in his last 6 games, along with 15 blocks, and honestly, Jamie Drysdale hasn't looked good on that top power play this season. He's got 0 power play points the whole year on that top unit, and Cam York has kind of been producing on that second unit and putting up a few points here and there, so we could see a little move coming up here soon. You never know. You just want to add add him for the hope that that happens and for what he's been doing recently. Last D-man, we got John Klingberg from the San Jose Sharks. Klingberg's 7% rostered, playing on that second pairing and top power play for San Jose. And I've been talking a bit of smack on this guy recently about him being old and washed, and he just got back from an injury. He's got 1 point in 3 games since returning. And, you know, they're going to keep rolling him out there, I guess, on that top power play. And this is a young team that's been producing. I would add him because he's got a good schedule coming up this week. And, you know, playing on that top power play with Macklin Celebrini is definitely going to add to his value. All right, now moving over to goalies, I got 2 different pairings to get you guys started. First off, we got Tristan Jarry and Artur Silovs. I've talked quite a bit about these guys recently, and it looks like they're just going back and forth right now in terms of starts. Jarry's up to 38% rostered, and he's been looking pretty sharp recently with 4 straight wins. Whereas Silovs is coming off 3 straight losses, but he's still putting up really high save numbers. If Jarry isn't out there, I'd go and add Silovs instead because they have 4 games this week. Next pairing from the San Jose Sharks, we got Alex Nedeljkovic and Yaroslav Askarov. Askarov is higher rostered at 16%, but it looks like he's slowly losing the grips of that starting role to Alex Nedeljkovic. They might just be going into a little timeshare here. Askarov is coming off his best performance of the season with 36 saves against Colorado, but they're still turning back to Nedeljkovic, so it looks like they're just going to be flip-flopping them here. So whoever's playing a better game, I would go out and add them, and whoever's looking like they're projected to start on any given day. Next goalie we have is Akira Schmid from the Vegas Golden Knights. He's down at 26% rostered, and I had him on a week or 2 ago, but he's still pretty widely rostered, and he remains to be the starting goaltender for Vegas while Adin Hill is out. We've gotten barely any updates about Adin Hill, so if you guys are thin at goaltender, go pick him up right now because Vegas is still an amazing team and the starts are going to be good for him. Our last goalie is going to be a bit more of a stash. We got Joseph Woll from the Toronto Maple Leafs. Woll is up at 37% rostered, but he's making his way back from injury right now. Woll has shown that he can take that starting job, but they might go into more of a timeshare when he gets back. So it'll still be good to have a goalie on that team. They should be pretty solid down the stretch. So go pick him up, stick him on your IR if you can. If you can't, just wait a week or 2 until he's healthy, and if he's still out there, go grab him. That's going to do it for a Week 5 waiver video. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Make sure to subscribe and turn on those notifications so you know when we got a new video going live. Make sure to follow the Stick Crew on Instagram and on TikTok, and listen to the Stick Crew podcast on Apple and on Spotify. See you guys soon. Peace.